Hey guys, I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, just type in the chat section. Okay, great. So today we have with us, I think if you can see me. Yeah. So today we have with us the founder of Quantiply, and today, like we discussed in the couple of last sessions, though many people registered for this, but we are expecting that people will join in upcoming period of time. So basically, he will drive us through different aspects of the automated trading systems and what we have in the Quantiply. So I've shared the one of our trading strategy that we discussed yesterday to with him in the last week, and he'll be showing to us how that trading strategy works. So I'll be turning him to a host, and you can take it over, Abhi.
Hey, thanks, Aishwarya. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, great. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Thanks for joining, guys. My name is Abhi. I'm the founder of Quantiply.tech. Quantiply is an algo trading platform mainly for futures and options, specifically in the indexes like Nifty and Bank Nifty. Today, we'll just go through a bunch of things like first of all, what is Quantiply, what it does, and how it can help you with your trading, and then like how to get started, like subscribing to the plan, setting up your broker, and getting acquainted with how the system works. Okay, which is the important instructions that one needs to keep in mind before you start the layout, the general layout of the platform, creating a new algo, running the algo, and we'll also discuss one of Inspire's strategies, and I'll also play a live video of a trade taken in that same strategy, the trade that was taken today. And then just general trading functionality, the features of the platform, and then post that we can have some questions and answers. All right, so we'll get started. I'll just share my screen. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, great. So so on Quantiply, the idea on the idea is to be able to like trade time-based strategies in futures and options. Uh, Basically, what you can trade on Quantiply is what you can backtest and develop on this platform called StockMock. StockMock is a backtesting platform where you can create like a bunch of strategies. You can create a basket of strategies. It has multiple different trading logic and functionalities. All right. So people generally create a basket of strategies, which is a combination of uncorrelated strategies that can be traded together. So you can have like a certain capital which gets divided into multiple strategies, and those strategies can be developed and backtested on StockMark. And the ones that sort of are good to trade, as per your own preference and your psychology, those can be then configured on Quantiply and can be traded here. So on Quantiply, Quantiply gives full automation. So once your strategy is configured, then Quantiply takes care of the entire execution. All you have to do is like sit back and monitor, and you can trade any number of strategies. There is no restriction on the number of strategies you can trade or the number of different trading accounts you can trade on. You could be trading in your family accounts as well. So Quantiply is currently integrated with 5 brokers: IFL, Angel One, Upstox, Zerodha, and Finvasia. You could be using one of these brokers to do your trading on Quantiply. So how do you get started with Quantiply? So there is this documentation section that we have on our website. Okay, the first thing one has to do is sign up and log into Quantiply, and then straight away subscribe to a plan. One can start with the 7-day free trial, and get an idea, get used to the platform, see if it's sort of like if a trader is comfortable with it or not, and then you can go for a paid plan. The next step would be to like configure your trading account with Quantiply. And on our YouTube channel, we've put a setup video for each of the 5 brokers that we are integrated with, and you can see the video and then configure your trading account. Once your account is configured, then the next step is to understand the layout and then just create an algo. Once you create an algo, the next step involves just enabling the algo so that it can be ready to take a trade on a trading day. And of course, before one gets started, there is a list of instructions that one would need to go through. And these are like, just basic things here and there that are, it sort of like explains like how the platform works and what is the necessary steps to take or small processes that are involved in running algos or multiple algos on the platform. So this instructions is very important to get started with, like before you get started. So we can, what we'll do now is like straight away jump onto the platform. This is what the platform looks like once you've logged in. This is the basic layout. Once you've, we can, we'll just start off with, actually, let's just go through the layout. So on Quantiply, you can create multiple algos for each specific day. You could also be creating one single algo that can run on multiple days together. But the idea here is to create an algo, and you could have like, you could have the same sort of logic or the same strategy running on one particular day, and the same sort of logic and strategy running on another day, but with separate settings or different sort of settings. Your settings could be like, your targets could be different, your stop losses could be different, but all of that kind of depends on what you back tested on Stockbomb. So it all depends on like your back test and not your own logic or some sort of other understanding. So so you can see like a bunch of algos are created and like just listed on the main page, and you can see like these day tabs, and I've got like multiple algos on each of the days. And once an algo is created, I can assign it a particular client ID that the algo needs to be run on. So one algo can always run on one single client ID. A particular algo on another client ID as well. You could simply like duplicate it and then assign it a different client ID. So over here, I'm assigning it Upstocks. So I've got the same strategy running on 2 different broker accounts at the same time. So I could have multiple clients and I could have multiple accounts, multiple algos running the way I want it on client IDs that I want. So there's no restriction on that. So once algos are created and a client ID is assigned, and then you've got like this enable button. So once you're ready with the algo, once you know you want to start running it, you would simply like enable those algos. Once the algo is enabled, it stays enabled throughout till you actually like disable it. It stays enabled forever. All right. So it will only go live on Monday, because it's basically created under the Monday tab. So these algos that you see on this particular screen under the Monday tab will only run on Monday. So once the algo is created, client ID is assigned, and the algo is enabled, you are you have actually set up your set of Monday algos that are going to run. All right. Then you've got like on the layout, you've got like this multi-select option where you can like do different types of uh, uh, bulk actions on it. So like you could duplicate multiple algos together. You could duplicate it and then directly put it on multiple days. Multiple days, and you can assign a client ID. And if you don't want to assign a client ID, you can assign it later. I'm going to cancel this. So you got like a duplicate option. You can delete multiple algo. You on a trading day during market hours. So you want to run multiple algos together. You want to fire them together. You could multi-select the algos and then just click enable. And when you do that, the algos can get enabled at the same time, and then like sort of or go into ready status at the same time. All right, so this is a bit about the layout. Also, yeah, you got like this option to rename, duplicate individual algos over here, and you've got like a sorting filter. You got like these filters on the algo page or the home page here, and you could like sort by statuses or algo names, and like you also filter here where I can like put in the algo name or the client ID or something. So you've got, say you've got like multiple client IDs running and like multiple algos across multiple client IDs. And I would like to, at a given point in time, while during market hours, I want to like only see I want to only see the algos running in my account. So I'll just put my IFL client ID here, and then it'll filter it out for me. So I've got like two algos running on it. So you could do such a thing on separate pages, and like you could monitor like different algos or different client IDs on separate pages. All right, something like this. So I've got like all the algos running in my Upstox account. So this is how you can like use the sorting filter, the search filter, and such things. Okay, so I've got, other than that, I've got like my client wise profit and loss over here. Okay, this is again this makes it easy to like sort of differentiate between different client IDs and like what sort of PNL is running in each of the client IDs. And also you could be there is a functionality where you could set a stop loss and a target for at a client ID level. So you've got like 3 or 4 algos running in a particular client ID. You could have like a maximum stop loss or maximum target for that client ID. And once the stop loss or target crosses that, all algos running in that particular client ID or that broker account will all get squared off at the same time in one shot. So and this particular, the value of the stop loss and target is added in like rupees. So it's just like a fixed amount, and you could like just add the value and like click save. And the same thing can be like sort of replicated over other client IDs as well. All right. So also this acts like a filter by itself. You could like just tap on one of the client IDs and you'll see algos of only those client IDs. Uh, you got like MTM, day-wise MTM. You could be running positional algos. On Quantiply, you can run positional trades as well. Currently, Quantiply supports only current week, weekly options. We are going to be adding next week and monthly option contracts as well. So you could be running positional algos from Friday to Thursday, and you'd like to see the PNL of only those algos that ran on Friday or that were launched on Friday. So you could like select your day-wise PNL over here specifically, and you've got this hide MTM option also. If the profit and loss swings sort of like affect your psyche, you could like just hide the MTM, and that'll probably help you stick to your rules and stick to automation much better. So you can hide your MTM as well. All right. Now, we'll move to the more interesting part, which is creation of algos. You got this plus button here. I'm just going to click on it. You can just give a name and then you can add your legs. All right. So I've added 2 legs here, 2 by legs, and I'm going to like just change the settings from the section itself, because and I can change the buy, sell, the order type. I can change the order type here, MIS or NRML. Okay, then I can like choose the legs, or like can choose the leg strike wise. All right, so I've added like 2 option legs here, uh, and say I want to like sell an OTM triangle. So I'm going to select OTM1 on the call side and OTM1 on the put side. So like this, from here, this selection, you can like select like strikes. The selected strikes can go all the way up to 25 on the OTM side and up to 10 on the ITM side. All right, so I've selected 2 strikes here and I've created a simple triangle here. All right, I can change the side here, the call put. I can also, of course, if I'm doing like a spread, I can add a futures leg as well. If I'm doing some sort of futures or something of that sort, I can create a spread that way with futures as well. Um, so for this example, I'm just going to remove this. So you've got you can change your quantities here. So you can put 3 lots and you can see the quantity and the number of lots. So this can be changed anytime. And then you got like your individual leg targets and stop losses. So you can put your targets in like percentage. So say I put like 10% target and I put a stop loss of 5%. So these targets and stop losses are set on individual legs, and the target and the stop loss is calculated from your average entry price. All right. So when the order is fired out, your order gets filled, and your order gets filled at a particular price. That average price is considered, and the target and the stop losses are calculated from your average entry price for the entire quantity. Then you've got like trailing stop loss as well. I won't be going into the details of how each of these the logic behind it, or how each of these functionalities work logically, because all of that is given in the documentation. This is just to run through all the functionalities, uh, and the details can be like looked into from the documentation section. So this is the trailing stop loss section. Sorry, the trailing stop loss setting, where I've given trailing settings for this call leg. Okay, similarly, I can like set trailing for the put leg as well, and the trailing can be given in points as well, points and percentage. And then I've got this section where this selection where if any one of the legs hits a target or a stop loss, then only that particular leg squares off, or the other option is to square off all legs. So either of the legs hit a target or a stop loss, then all the positions that were taken will get squared off. All right, so this is that, and then this is your underlying toggle where you can select Nifty or Bank Nifty. So in a particular algo, you can add any number of legs. There is no restriction. All of the orders are fired at the same time. So the execution, of course, depending on your quantity and depending on the liquidity in a particular strike, it may vary, but most of the orders get executed instantly. So any number of legs can be added. Okay, and then we've got functionality like move stop loss to cost, wait and trade, re-entry, and re-execute. So I'm just going to very quickly go through this trading functionality. But all of these features are there on StockMock to be back tested. So once it is back tested, only then you can like sort of then it's a good idea to decide whether you want to use a particular feature or functionality. So it kind of depends on the backtest itself, and it's not based on a random whim that you start using a particular functionality. So it all depends on the backtest. So move SL to cost is a functionality where say one of the legs that were configured and that have entered the trade, one of the legs hits the stop loss, and the other leg immediately will move the SL to cost. So for example, if this call leg were to hit SL and the SL was like 5%, once the SL the stop loss would hit and the leg would exit, the put leg, the stop loss for it would come down to the entry price itself. From 5%, it would come down to 0%. So that is move SL to cost. Wait and trade is a functionality where which can be used to sort of enter only when there is some sort of momentum in the market. So it says wait and trade, which is very self-explanatory, where you are waiting for either of these two legs, okay, to move in a certain direction by a certain amount of like a percentage or in terms of points, and only then you would enter. Otherwise, that leg wouldn't enter. So if the market is going up, and I've created this buy strategy here, the market is going up. If the market is going up and the option price or the call option price moves up by 5%, only then this call option will enter. So you've got like this wait and trade, which can also be used on the sell side as well. The settings can be defined in points and percentage. You can also create, an entry or an exit based on the movement of the underlying, which is your Nifty or Bank Nifty spot price, and not just the option price. So this is also explained in detail in the documentation section. You've got this trade only first entry functionality, where you've configured like two legs, but then you want only the first entry to be taken. Whichever one is taken first is the only one that you want to trade. So when you select that, if the call side enters first, then the put side will not enter throughout the entire strategy. So that is trade only first entry. Re-entry and re-execute is a feature where say your stop loss hits. Okay, once the stop loss hits based on a certain condition, that particular trade will just re-enter. All right, so re-entry will happen. Specifically, re-entry means re-entering when once a particular leg hits the stop loss and then comes back to cost. All right, so that is re-entry. And re-execute means that once the stop loss hits, it will immediately re-execute at the same time itself. All right, so you can, once this option is selected, you can like select the re-entry or re-execute type over here. Right, so you can see like the different options here, and all of these options are also explained in detail in the documentation section. But I've explained the sort of like the basics of what re-entry and re-execute are. And then you can, once you scroll down, you can choose your underlying. Currently, we are giving only spot as the underlying. We'll be adding futures also soon. You can select your trade type, which is intraday or positional. So when it's intraday, it will enter at some point in the day, and then it will exit on the same day at some point later. Positional strategy means you can enter anytime in the week on any particular day, and then it will exit on any other day later. All right. So intraday, you got like the start time and the end time. So I will start trading. I will fire this trade at 9:30 and I'd square off at 3:15. So you got like your timing here. And in positional trades, you can select the duration. STBT or BTST means sell today, buy tomorrow, buy today, sell tomorrow, which means if it enters today, then it will exit on the next trading day. And then you can also select a much longer time frame where your start time could be like a Friday like today, and then your end day over here can be 0 days before expiry. This particular setting means that your trade will exit on Thursday, which is 0 day or the 0 days before expiry. And say if you change it to 1 day before expiry, means it will exit on Wednesday. So that way you can change the end day or the end time, exit day, and then you can give your end time on the day you want the trade to exit. You've got this functionality where in a positional trade you could select an option so that the algo can start checking the condition next day after market, once the market opens, or after a particular time only. So a lot of people want to avoid the morning volatility in their positional trades. So it's a 9:50, they will avoid 9:50, 9:16 or something, and then say if they put 9:20 here, it means that the algo will only start checking your conditions for your positional trade only after 9:20. So your stop losses will be placed only after 9:20, or all your other conditions like target, stop losses, end time also will only be checked after 9:20 only, which can help you avoid the morning volatility of the first 5 minutes. So of course, this can be any time that you choose. Okay, and then you've got MTM target, which is like your combined premium target. Uh, and similarly, you got like combined premium stop loss, which can be both can be defined in terms of percentage of the combined value that you have sold or bought, or sold and bought or bought both. And similarly, like your stop losses can also be calculated in terms of percentage of the entire value or a fixed amount. So you could be running like one particular one lot triangle, and you could like have you can put a simple stop loss of say 500 rupees. So once the trade is in a loss of 500 rupees, it would immediately exit all the open positions. So these settings, which is your individual leg target and stop loss, and your combined premium stop loss, all of these settings or logic can be run simultaneously together. And then whichever one hits first, if your individual target were to hit first, that exit would happen first. Or if the stop loss, the combined premium stop loss or target were to hit first, then the algo would take the action accordingly and exit all positions first. So this is your MTM stop loss. Then there is option to like trail your combined premium stop loss. You've got like an option to lock profit, trail profit, and lock and trail profit both. Now, again, this functionality can also be backtested on StockMock, and it's explained pretty well on the StockMock website and in their videos, and it's also there in the documentation section. So again, like this functionality, which is listed here, works on like the entire premium, the combined premium. Then you've got like an option to re-enter the entire trade when your fixed stop loss, your MTM stop loss or your combined premium stop loss hits, or your lock or an exit happens once the profit is locked. Any of these selections, if any of these are selected, when either of these hit, then there is an option to like re-enter the whole trade again. So this is your MTM re-entry. You can put the maximum number of times you want to re-enter. This particular functionality is not there on StockMock, but as an option trader, you may want to use something like this. This could be like on an individual's own choice. Then you've got Then you've got the premium matching functionality, which helps you take a better entry or an entry where the premiums of both the legs or the number of the legs that you have selected uh, can be matched, or the algo can wait for it to sort of match, or it can wait for the differences to the difference between two premiums to become lesser, and then only then take positions. Uh, I missed one part. I'm just going to reverse back to this. So over here, you've got the option to select legs, which we've already looked at. Uh, there is also an option to, yeah, I think Patel, you can note down your questions. We can take some questions later, if that's okay. So you've got an option to also take trades in strike prices which have very specific premiums, or premium close to say for example 100. So if you select premium close to 100, the algo will select, it will scan the entire option chain, and it will select a strike which has a premium which is closest to 100. Okay, it could be 100, it could be 103, 105, 106, or 99. And you could be trading based on specific premium values. So this is your premium close to, and similarly you got the same sort of functionality where premium higher than your premium. If you select premium higher than, it will select only premiums which are higher than 100. And similarly, premium lower than means premium, it will select strike prices which have premiums only lower than 100. So you've got these two different options to enter these enter a specific strike prices with specific option prices. So you've got this the matching functionality here is, what it does is that it kind of it's limited to uh, limited to the legs that have been configured here. So it doesn't scan the entire option chain, but what it does is it will try to match this logic that you've given here for the selected legs only. So for example, if I were to select match premiums with a maximum difference of 1%, so only when these two strike prices, or the two strike prices on the entire option chain which have premium close to 100, only when the difference between the two premiums is less than 1%. So something the call premium is running at 101 and the put premium is running at 99. Only when the difference is less than 1% will the algo take the positions. Otherwise, it will keep waiting. It will keep waiting till the end time. So this sort of matching functionality is used to take a more precise sort of entries when required. Similarly, premium close to, again, this is very similar, but to premium close to functionality, which is seen here. But again, it is this functionality is limited to the legs configured. So it is possible that uh, your trade may not be taken at all, because a premium close to 100 which you have given here may not be, say you've selected ATM over here. You've selected two ATM legs. So you could be saying that I want premium close to 100, but the ATM legs or the ATM strike prices may not have premium close to 100. So if that's the case, then the algo will not fire the orders at all. So this functionality, the premium functionality, premium matching functionality, works only for configured legs. And then you've got advanced settings where you can select what order type your entry order should be or your exit order should be. So you could, by the default selection is market orders. So when the algo fires the entry orders, it will go as market orders, or when it hits the stop loss or it comes to the end time and the positions have to be exited, it will exit with a market order. The other option is limit and stop loss limit orders, which are sort of helpful in getting lesser slippage. So your limit and stop loss limit settings are also over here, where you can set the buffer price between your trigger and limit price in percentage or points. And if your your order, once it is placed, if that doesn't execute within a certain number of seconds, then that limit order, which has stayed open for a specific number of seconds, will get converted into market order. So if I've given 5 seconds here, so once the limit order, a trigger pending limit order, or a pending SL order were to go into an open state, which is when the price crosses the trigger price, when it goes into open state, it will wait, it will stay open for 5 seconds. Uh, once those 5 seconds are over, it will convert your limit order to market order, and like the pending quantity or the entire quantity will exit with a market order, or enter with a market order. Similarly, you got like exit order type, and with the exit orders, you've got an option to place your SL orders in advance. So for example, if a trade were taken at 9:30 in the morning, as soon as the algo gets the average entry price of your trades from the broker, it would immediately calculate your stop loss price, and it would immediately place your stop loss orders in advance. Okay, and your trigger price will be your stop loss price plus 3% buffer is applied to the trigger price. It's multiplied 3% multiplied by the trigger to derive your limit price. So your limit order, SL limit order, is immediately placed is taken. So place in advance option. You could also place an SL order. You could also place an SL order after a delay, or at the time the stop loss hits. All right. So this is also explained in detail in the documentation section. Now you've got functionality to either sell positions or to buy positions, and for either entry or exit. So when you're trading, and we'll come to that, one of the examples that Finspire has shared with us. In that, you've got like buy orders and sell orders both, and for that, then specifically that added to gain some margin benefits and lower the margin requirement for running that entire strategy. So to get that margin benefits, you need to enter the buy positions first, and to do that, we would delay the entry of sell positions. So what it would do is the algo would just fire the buy orders first, and then it would wait for like say 10 seconds. If I've given 10 seconds here, it will wait for 10 seconds, and after 10 seconds only, it will enter the sell positions. So once the buy positions are entered first and then the sell ones enter later, you do get margin benefits. Similarly, you would want the buy positions to exit much later after the sell positions have exited. So you will delay the exit of buy positions by another 10 seconds. So this delay is useful when you're, when you have sell and buy positions both, and you want like a margin offset to reduce your margin requirements. Calculate entry from and exit from functionality is the default one is average entry price and average exit price is actually what you need to use. LTP is for a very specific purpose, and you can just ignore this. Yeah. And then you got the setting trailing frequency interval, where where the algo, you can define how often the algo checks the trailing condition. Aishwarya, am I audible?
Yes, yes. There is a slight disconnection sometimes, but it's okay.
Yeah, I saw. But now is it okay now?
Yeah, it's okay now.
All right. So trailing frequency interval. So trailing frequency interval is a setting with which you can define how often you want the algo to check your trailing condition. So you want you could set it to 1 minute, and that would mean that the algo would check your trailing conditions that you have given here every 1 minute. So this is the default setting, which is also applicable on StockMark backtest, and this is what one can keep. More advanced users can sort of explore other intervals like seconds. And in this case, what would happen is that the algo would check your trailing conditions every 7 seconds. So because the frequency is a lot less, it will trail your stop losses much faster, and there are chances of your stop losses getting hit also much faster. So these are your advanced settings. So yeah, I mean, this is a basic overview of some of the functionality of Quantiply, and we've created the algo. So we're going to like just save it. All the unnecessary settings have been removed, and the algo can be saved now. And the algo is saved. So once the algo is saved, you can simply enable it, and then it will finally run on the day it is designated to run on. So this is the simple algo, creating an algo. And now what we can do is uh, Aishwarya and Finspire had shared a particular strategy that they've shared with you guys. So what we've done is like what we can do now is like configure this. This has already been configured on Quantiply, and we can just like configure it again and see how to configure it again basically. So you've got like a straddle here with like two OTM buy legs. So we've run this strategy today actually. All right, so the same strategy that was backtested on StockMark with the same settings, where there's a stop loss of 2,500 and stop loss of like 3,500 or something, and a target of 2,000 on 3 lots each, on 3 lots. So we've replicated the strategy with the logic on one single lot, and we've added a MTM target or combined premium target of 850 rupees and a stop loss of 1,166 rupees. So this was configured, and this was run in the morning at about 9:19. And what you see here on the top above the section where you can configure your algo is a section where you can see all the live data when the trade is active on the trading day. All right, so I'm going to play a quick video of of running of this at the time when this strategy was run in the morning today. So the start time of the strategy is about 9:19, sorry, 9:20. Uh, and as we discussed, like there are two buy legs, and you want the buy legs to enter first. So we made the start time 9:19, 50 seconds instead of 9:20, so that the buy legs can enter like 10 seconds ahead of the start time, and at 9:20 your sell legs would enter. So I'm just playing the video now. You can see the time on the top here. It's 9:19, 46 seconds. At 9:19, 50 seconds sharp, the positions will be taken. The buy legs will enter first, and you can see the notifications on the right. The buy legs have entered, and you can see this column where you can see the average entry price. Once you see the average entry price means the positions have been taken. 10 seconds later, the sell positions have also been taken. Uh, and you can see the time on the top right. All right, so you've got the average entry price column where you can see the average entry price. You can see the terminal, the Finvasia terminal where the positions are open. You can see the stop loss and target settings are also showing up here. You can see the live MTM on the right hand side at the bottom. You can see individual MTM or individual profit and loss of each of the legs, and you can see the live LTP as well. If you had given individual targets and individual stop loss of each legs, you would see it under these columns. You can also select, there's a functionality where you can just exit selected legs while the trade is on. And then there is an option to modify settings as well while the trade is active. So you could modify certain settings like your targets and stop losses while the active. Right. So I'm changing the target from 833 to 850. So immediately once you've saved it, the targets have changed. So now only when this particular 850 target is achieved or a loss of 1166 is achieved, the algo will immediately exit. So this is what it would look like. You would see like all the important data while the trade is active, and you've got the square of all positions and terminate algo button and the terminate algo button, which is explained in the instruction section. These buttons allow you to like exit positions while the trade is active, or like before the end time or before your targets or stop losses hit. You can like immediately exit if you like, or you can simply just terminate the algo and take over your trades manually. So those sort of settings are also there. And while the trades are running, you will on the main page you will see the live MTM of each of the trades that are running. So over here you can see like the MTM section, the column where these two trades are running or were running, and you can see the live MTM. You can see alerts under the alerts column. So if you have an error in any of the legs, you will see a warning icon here. If you've seen a warning icon, you could like just go inside the algo page, and you would see like errors under the specific legs that have got the error. So your algos can be monitored, the MTM can be monitored from the main page, from the home page. Yeah, if you see what we've done in this particular algo that has run today, we have created an entry order. We have given an entry order delay and an exit order delay, which has made sure that the buy legs enter first, and then the sell legs enter, and then similarly the sell legs exit first, and then the buy legs exit later, 10 seconds later. All right, so this keeps up with the margin requirement, or the gives us the margin offset. So this is how algos can be run on Quantiply. So yeah, I think this gives a fair idea or a fair overview of the platform. You've got all the details in the documentation section and instructions, and folks or traders or users of Quantiply can interact with me during market hours. Then they can put up queries during market hours on WhatsApp or on Telegram. In the instruction section, we've got the Telegram link as well, and you can like click on the link and join the Telegram channel. All right, so I think we can take up some questions and answers, and now. So Aishwarya, you can like just open it up for people.
Yes. So I think the chat is open. Guys, if you have any questions, you can just type in. There was a question, Abhi. It says that is there any
Yeah,
ready-made
from Patel.
trading strategy available?
Right, right. So Nayan, Quantiply doesn't have ready-made strategies. One or two other platforms in the market. The idea of Quantiply is to be able to backtest and develop your own strategies, which can work on a much longer term. Whereas strategies have end up in a pretty bad state. Like if the people who build ready-made strategies are only out to sort of sell. So this is a different idea, different method where you create your own strategies and then run it on Quantiply. So no ready-made strategies on Quantiply.
Okay, and I've got a couple of questions, Abhi, from our class from yesterday. And one of the
Yeah,
question is that by when do we be able to put up on a calendar options like
a
options if
calendar
we want,
spread.
yeah, calendar spreads and other couple of like
Uh,
if I want to directly sell for the January
Aishwarya,
month. Yes.
yeah, Aishwarya, just let me. I'm just going to reconnect. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
You're sounding under the water. I cannot hear you.
Just repeat your question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, am
So
I audible now?
yeah, I think
Is it better
it's
now?
a little
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
Sorry, go
better
ahead.
now. Yeah. So we have couple of trading strategies, like 4, 5 trading strategies, which especially look forward to calendar options, calendar trading. So like
Yeah,
how when by that time those your calendar trading will be live.
yeah, yeah. So we're targeting launching more contracts, which is like next week and monthly contracts within the next 2 months. So
Mhm.
maybe around 2 months maximum, and you will be able to start trading calendar spreads in 2 months' time. We are adding Fin Nifty before we add other contracts, weekly and monthly contracts. We're targeting launch of Fin Nifty this month itself, and post that we'll bring in the other contracts as well.
Okay. Okay. And the futures as well.
You mean underlying futures underlying?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that is that also we will just try to like bring that up on a pipeline and add it soon.
Okay. Okay. So guys, if you have any other question, you can type in. Okay, I don't see any other questions. So that's it then. And thank you, Abhi. Thank you so
Right.
much for your time. And this session
Sure.
is
Sure.
recorded, though the time was little bit of an office timing today. So we had a lot of people not joining because they are working professionals, but we'll see.
Right.
We'll take a recorded session of this, and we'll be seeing in the probably next year. You can find it on our YouTube channel and also on,
Right.
I think, Quantiply channel, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll put it up.
Okay. So thank you so
Sounds
much,
great. Yeah.
Abhi,
Thanks for
for your
having me
time.
on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks a
guys.
lot.